welcome back to our channel. I'm here with Jonkowalsky.
What up?
If you watch my main channel, you probably have seen him. We are gonna train today. I'm a little nervous.
So I'm a certified personal trainer as well through NASM. This is my backyard where my kids are, that's all baby stuff. But what I did was I transformed my backyard and my garage into a great training facility. I'm a big advocate of body weight. I do have some resistance bands and some light weights, but I'm more about functional training. And I told Serena, I'm like, let me show you what I do. It's a lot of fun, not the easiest, but great results. So I just wanted to give her a good shot at what kind of stuff I've been doing.
So going right into it, we're warming up with 15 reps of these jumps. They are a plyometric movement. It's total body. I'm lifting off, and every time I land, it's a plyometric movement. I'm using my arms to help pull me up, so I'm using and engaging my upper body. I'm also using my core, I'm using my legs, and it's getting my heart rate up as well because this is a cardiovascular movement. So within 15 reps, I definitely was warmed up and ready to go for the rest of the training. It was quite intense to start the day off, and I could tell this was going to be a very hard training session. The next exercise is a row and single leg squat. So you'll see that the leg that's kind of your base does not move. For this one, it would be Kowalski's right leg. And then you cross your working leg in front of your base leg. And you're getting this row as you're pulling your body up, but you're also getting a squat. So it's a compound movement. And it also is again engaging my core. This is quite an intense movement, and it took me a little bit of a second to kind of understand what I was doing. You can see cross in front, and then you're gonna wanna squat down, and then you're squatting in front. So you're actually getting both the front, side, and back part of your legs, and you're also getting your arms. So I do look a little clumsy trying to get this down, but I've been working on it for the rest of the week, and it just takes practice, and you might have to start slower in the beginning, but once you get it, it is definitely an intense full body movement, and I really enjoyed it. So you do 15 on this side, and then we're gonna move into 15 on the other leg. I think the hardest thing with working with the TRX is knowing how far to be away from the wall. And you can see Jonathan has me moving up a little bit because I stepped a little too far back while switching legs. And another bonus of having a professional keep an eye on you and train you is making sure that you are being consistent and in the right position, especially when working with things like TRX bands. So it's just a great workout, and I might look like I'm lagging because I am. This was a really intense workout, and I was surprised at how much cardio it involved. And I personally hate cardio, so I love when my exercises can incorporate the cardio without me realizing it. So this was definitely a lot more fun, a lot more challenging, using a lot more muscles in one exercise, and definitely felt it the next day. Now Jonathan likes to go back and forth between body exercises, so we're going into upper bodies. We're starting with push-ups. Now by doing push-ups on the TRX, it's a compound movement, and we're creating an unstable environment. It's making me engage my entire core. The closer you are to the wall, the harder this exercise is. The further away, the easier the exercise is. Now you can see I'm struggling with these push-ups because I'm definitely in an unstable environment. I have to engage my entire core. There's no faking it. I would fall if I don't. And we're gonna do 15 here and move right into flies. Now for the flies, I do need to move forward because this was quite difficult and challenging for me, especially since my upper body is one of the weakest parts of my body. It's something that I really want to get stronger. I want to be able to do an unassisted pull-up after this summer. So I am just doing 15 reps of what you would traditionally call chest flies. But with the TRX, again, it's a compound movement, you're in an unstable environment, and it makes it that much harder. I also like using the TRX in my own body weight because there's less of a chance of getting the type of muscles that I don't want. I actually want muscles, but I want very long, lean, athletic muscles, and I want to be strong. I want to be ready for any fun activities and things like that. Now we're going into triceps, and these are 15 reps of triceps. This was really hard. Triceps are one of the areas I'm very concerned about on my body. It's one of my most self-conscious areas. And again, full body exercise, stabilization with my core. I went in with all of these arm exercises without a break in between. And you can see, like, I'm struggling here and I have one more to go. Now the final exercise we're moving into is Superman, and we're going to do all 4 of these arm exercises without a rest in between. Superman is just like that. You bring your arms down and then you fly forward like Superman. This engages your core completely. It also engages that under part of my arm that is always so hard to target, as well as my shoulders and a little bit of my back. Again, all of the areas I've been really struggling with on my own. This exercise was incredible. I love the set, and I've been doing it since I got the ideas from Kowalski. There he is dancing. Super hard, and of course you can move forward if you need more ease for this exercise, or if you need more challenge, you can move further closer to the wall so that you become more parallel. Struggling there, but it's a great arm exercise, and I think these are especially helpful for women with some of our insecurities in terms of our triceps and shoulders. Now moving along, we're doing a squat and pull-up. These are 15 sets on each side. This gets you all the way down, and then you pull yourself up, again engaging your upper body as well as your lower body, but definitely more of a lower body exercise. I love how Jonathan goes back and forth. So you're tricking your body, you're shocking it, you're not getting used to working just one muscle group, and even when you are targeting specifically like your glutes, you're engaging the rest of your body as well in some sort of a way. So this was really nice, and it also challenged my legs a little bit more than typical, because when I'm just doing squats at home, I'm not engaging that push and that like that energy pushing and pulling, and as the TRX does with Jonathan. Now we're moving into total abs. You're going to do 25 reps of these crunches. Now what Jonathan has me doing on the bench is actually engaging my lower abs by touching my feet to the ground. If you can't reach the ground, it's fine, but you want to have that full extension, and then you want to crunch up. You're gonna end up scooting a little bit down this bench, so if you need to, just pause and move yourself back up. And this was a really intense full ab workout because you're really engaging both the upper and lower abs, which my lower abs are always the hardest to target, and I know a lot of us struggle with that. So this is a great exercise you can do at your gym or at your home, even if you can find a bench. Moving into booty, we are going to start with 15 hip thrusts with your upper shoulders and upper back on the bench, and kind of using my arms to hold my upper back up like that. It gives you a little bit more of a range of motion, which is a little bit more intense. And then if anything, keep your heels on the ground. Now you can see I'm not quite parallel, but I'm not like super spread out either. I'm just a little bit further than shoulder width apart for my foot placement. And we do 15 of these, and then we go into 15 single leg hip thrusts on each side. Quite intense, really gets your booty, and I liked this because you can do this anywhere. You don't have to have a barbell. I was doing very heavy barbells and at the gym, and not everyone has access to that. Also, this was a lot less pressure on my spine and my lower back, which is always good. Now we're targeting my hamstrings. This is quite intense. So Jonathan is bracing the bench to keep me down because that bench is quite light, and then you can see that I'm slowly lowering myself down using my hamstrings, catching myself, and then pushing myself back up. Really intense, guys. Probably one of the hardest hamstring exercises I've done, and I have pretty stubborn hamstrings, so this was really good. And I'm also still working my core as well as my upper body. Really amazing exercise. If you can find a partner to hold down that bench, or if you can find something heavy enough, definitely recommend trying this if you've been trying to work your hamstrings. Next, we're doing scissor abs, and this I'm sure you've seen, but we're just holding my upper abs up and shoulders. Try not to pull on your neck. I actually have shoulder and neck issues from editing. And you're gonna scissor kick your legs. Try and remember to keep everything long, elongated, and engage your core. And we're just doing 25. That means left, right scissor is 1, and you're gonna do 25 of those. Booty, booty, booty. Okay, so these are some crazy glute exercises that Jonathan was showing me. So you can see that he strapped on some ankle weights on my ankles, and we're using one of those like exercise balls. And what we're gonna do is he's demonstrating here. You're holding yourself up. You want to keep your arms as straight as possible with a slight bend, especially for me because I'm double jointed. And then we're going to do 3 different glute targeted exercises with no break in between. Holy moly, this was hard. So first we're starting with our legs wide apart and lifting up with your heels. You want to have energy and kicking through your heels to really engage those glutes. And this kind of works the outer and center part of my glutes, more the outer, I would say. This was so freaking intense, guys. I could not believe how hard this was, especially since I had been doing hip thrusts with 100 pounds. I had been doing all these crazy gym exercises. And then the next version is going to be with legs together. Again, keeping your arms as straight as possible. You can see I have a slight bend because I am double jointed and I don't want to overextend my arms. And then just keeping your legs together, straight, kick through your heels. You can see I'm starting to like weaken here, and this targets more of the center and underside of your butt. And then holy bejesus, guys, this next one, so it's like froggy kicks almost, I want to say, but you are kicking out and straightening your legs a little bit, but not fully straight. And I struggled so embarrassingly hard. This is so hard, but this gets the inner thigh and inner part of your glute that I am definitely not getting in the gym on my own. One of the hardest muscles to get, I feel like, and definitely you can tell because I'm weak and I needed help from Jonathan here. So we're gonna do that as well. This was so hard. It's actually hard even without the ankle weights. So I would recommend not using the ankle weights to start and just getting the actions of these exercises first. And more glutes. We are now going into 12 reps each leg, and again with the dang old weighted ankles, we're just going over this pole. It's not really a pole, it's actually a foam roller, but it's just something that I'm trying not to knock down. And this is targeting the outer and inner part of my glutes, and it's hard. It's very hard. This whole thing was a lot harder than you would think it is. So give it a shot, try it at home. Now to get my heart rate back up, we're doing side to side jumps, and Kowalski basically explained it to me kind of like skiing. If you're skiing down a hill, you want to like jump around those little boulder thingies. This definitely very quickly will get your heart rate back up. It's also just a great way to vary your leg workout. It's kind of like working the same muscles as a squat, except this is going to be a little more intense because that push off and leaving the ground is going to require a little more energy and more strength and just plyometrics and all the compound movements and all that stuff.
You're gonna put one foot suspended in the TRX. You're gonna hold straight like a board. Kick straight up, in, turn. Kick straight up, in, turn. Kick straight up, in, turn. So now you're getting a full core workout from obliques, lower abs to tush.
I'm not sure where Jonathan thought I could actually pull this off. I couldn't, and you'll see me struggle very hard. We actually had to modify this exercise for myself, but I wanted to show you that even though I work out all the time and I'm pretty strong, I wasn't able to do this at all. We had to modify, and this is what the modification ends up looking like. So you're gonna see that I'm still kind of just trying to hold myself up, but what we're gonna end up doing is kicking my leg back. So it's basically like a booty kickback, but what we realized was how weak I was in this one sector, because when I engage my core, I'm unable to kick my butt back, which I should be able to do, but for whatever reason, I'm not able to, so it's something we definitely have to work on. Yeah, struggling hard here. And I also feel like my upper body here is being worked way more than it should. So maybe I should have pushed those poles back. I don't know. This whole situation was where like I felt like life was failing for me. Now we're doing some tucks. Now the goal is to be able to do 20. I could barely do 7. And this is again using your core, your upper body, and your legs. So I don't know if it was because I was really tired, I was already kind of lethargic and just struggling laughing at myself at this point, but it's always good to just try and work your way up. So this was a good place to kind of start and see where I was, and hopefully I'll be able to reach 20 at some point and be able to do side to sides as well.
Pop it to the wall hard enough, pull it right back in. So you're just gonna do 12. 1, 2, 3.
So I really enjoy this type of exercise. It definitely keeps my whole entire body and mind more engaged. I don't get bored or zoned out. I also like this because it works my entire arms and it's fun. I'm trying to be coordinated, and we did 12 sets 3 times. 12 reps, 3 sets. And it was great. I enjoyed it. I highly recommend it if you can get one of these balls and just like throw it against a wall. It also helps with some aggression. Wrapping up the workout, we did some kind of martial arts types of exercises. So we decided to do kicks and circles. You'll see that I'm keeping everything lined up and just kind of focusing on flicking my knee area, the bottom part of my leg out, and I'm kicking the glove. So what's great about this is not only is it just a coordination exercise, but it's also helping with strength, it's helping with stability, and it's also helping with my legs. So this is getting your entire legs. I'm circling, and then we're going to reverse this circle. Very, very intense, especially after the training I had already been doing. And again, I just forgot how much I miss working out with a professional trainer. It just gives you so many different ideas and things that you can do with somebody versus on your own. You also just are having to work harder. When someone's watching you, you work harder. And you can see that it's also hard to like make sure you get that target. You want to make sure you are hitting that glove and hitting that pad and not missing. So these circles are killer, especially after the kicks. We're going to finish off with some side kicks. We're doing 20 reps each leg, and this one was a little bit harder because, as you know, I'm now like super tired. And then we're going to do 20 leg lifts, so touching my feet to the ground and back up, down, back up. I'm working the entire leg here, and definitely at burnout level for me. It's been a long morning, very long morning. And then we do the other legs, and you can see like as I get tired, I'm having trouble keeping target with the pad, but it's all good. This is my baseline. This is where we're starting, and I hope that in a couple weeks you'll see improvement. And I hope you guys enjoy following along. If you don't know my history, definitely check out the first video, which will be linked in the description box. And I'm going to create a playlist with getting fit at 35, guys. I'm 35 years old, and we're gonna get fit.